I'll take over here. I'll bring us to the pitch.
Do it.
Um, that being the case, it was kind of a weird week. We're playing our makeup games. MK Dons is the rival, I would say, if you're going to pick any rivals for Wrexham. But they got the decision here. It was a 1-1 draw, so good for them. They picked up a point, but then you turn around and you lose on Saturday to Gillingham 1-0. So that's not good. You went from third to fourth. They're currently 17, 8 and 8, 59 points. They're set or 6 points away from first.
Okay.
Um, Upcoming tomorrow, or if you're watching this on Tuesday, then today, they're playing against Forest Green, which is a god awful team. And if you can't get that win, there needs to be some changes done drastically in Parky's lineup here.
Lineup.
So
Yeah.
Saturday against Agerton Stanley, another team that's kind of in the middle of the road there. That's fighting for its chance into make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be a top three team. So, but we'll see. We shall see. There's still plenty of time. I heard that they're resting Paul Mullen to not make him gassed towards the end of the season if they really need him.
Mhm.
Which tells me one thing that means that they weren't able to really get a quality backup striker that they feel confident in, that they have to rest Paul Mullen more. I think that needs to be
Yeah.
addressed.
If he's a, late substitute, maybe available off the bench, I would imagine if they need him.
Yeah, and
So,
he's
but
also been kind of struggling himself. I think he's kind of realizing that they don't really call as many fouls when they grab you. Like things kind of go off to the wayside in there in the EFL there. But he's not really putting the goal in the back of the net. I don't think that I can recall within the last 2 weeks of seeing Paul Mullen's name. It was usually somebody else is putting one in the back of the net there. So maybe he just is fatigued himself. So we'll see. We got about a couple more months here to sort this all out here. So
yeah. All right. So that brings us back to the local side. We have the Earthquakes have started their season and they get handed an L at FC Dallas 2-1. So obviously it's only one game in. So if you don't have any points, you're last. So I'm not putting any stock into the position in the in the standings after 1 week.
thank you, Ricky
That being
Bobby.
said, they were they barely snuck into the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
They did not scoring was a problem. They actually they took a lead first. Like they got in front, and it was just one of those breakdowns by Dallas. They just counterattacked and went and put it in. And then Dallas scores again before the half, and they score again in the second half, and there's your story.
Yeah.
So home opener against LA Galaxy. It's the first Classico to be a home opener, so that's interesting.
Nice.
We got a Classico, the one that they pull all the stops out for, do the fireworks at Stanford Stadium or whatever. That's going to be closer to July 4th.
Nice.
So we'll see how that it's a whole long season. So and the season is underway, and I want to see them do well. Uh, no matter how much money it ends up putting in John Fisher's fucking bank account. But they're still here. They have their stadium, but they also are proof positive that John Fisher doesn't invest even when you give him the things that he wants. So if he does end up taking the A's to Las Vegas,
I'm curious, man. I'm curious
whatever.
why. I guess. Okay. I guess that's why. I think I can just answer my question in my own head, but I guess to some sentiment, obviously we're very vocal about John Fisher and the hatred we have for a human being, which it's very hard to have a hatred in my book. But he
Yeah,
he succeeded at that.
for a man I've never met, I
Yeah.
don't, I mean, we're talking like politicians are the only ones that I might hate more. And
Yeah.
this guy sucks. Like really
I
big time. He personally affects a lot of stuff that we have to deal with. Uh
Yeah, I mean, outside of a team, a city,
right.
he's holding
Yeah.
a city hostage. So, but my thing that is that we're very vocal. Ace fans are very vocal. You know, I think the city of Oakland at sometimes is very vocal about this guy. I'm curious, and maybe I'm just not in the right channels. I'm not
Mhm.
hearing it, but I'm curious if there's a lot of pushback in San Jose, and they're
Oh, there
asking for
is.
him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the sell the team stuff that the A's started. The Quakes have been like, hell yeah, absolutely. Like, and they've been on board with a lot of that as well. They just uh they 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 got their stadium is the thing.
Mm,
So it kind of like delayed some of the anger and some of the rage that we've been feeling as A's fans. Like, they at least got the thing.
yeah.
They got the new palace. And they have the longest outdoor bar in North America. I don't know if it still is, but that's what it was at the time. At least they have something new that has a cool feature, you
Right.
know. And but they're already saying that that building isn't good enough anymore too, because they're greedy. John Fisher is greedy,
Because
and
it's near an
it just
airport and we
sucks.
can't put out outdoor shows. Maybe you should have thought
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so they built it right next to the airport. It's not just near the airport; it is right across the street. Like, planes go over the top of that building like crazy, so you can't build it up any higher either.
Yep.
Um, so where it's at is what it is. So if they're gonna if they're going to try to expand and be a bigger type of, you know, team to draw or anything like that, they're gonna have to move somewhere else in the city. um and that's just poor planning. So
It was
it just
probably
all
cheap
circles back.
land and he
It
was
was
able to get
cheap
it for
land.
cheap.
It
Yep.
was cheap land, and it was poor. Like, it's poor planning. And I mean, the building itself, if they took that exact building and put it somewhere else in the city, I'm sure it'd be fine.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
if they could maybe expand and build a second deck or something, that might be cool too. But
Yeah.
it is what it is, and that's what they have right now. So, but they are definitely livid about not going out and getting anybody of note, really, and just trying to pacify with sneaking into the playoffs once every like 6 or 8 years.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
common theme we hear up north.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to the next soccer note. Some of the top teams in the English Premier League are actually going to come to America, and they're going to play. They're going to play each other in a little summer tour. So Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool, they'll have games this summer. Arsenal versus Man United in Los Angeles on the 27th of July. Arsenal is going to play Liverpool in Philadelphia on July 31st. And then Man United is going to play Liverpool at Columbia, South Carolina on August 3rd. So that's going to be the first time a Premier League team is going to be playing in South Carolina. That's
Wow.
kind of interesting.
I'm
Obviously,
curious.
that football stadium's huge. You know, that's the Gamecocks.
Cox, baby, Cox.
Yeah, go
Um, you
Cox.
you agree B squads, right?
Oh
It's
yeah,
probably going to be B
I mean,
squads.
it's going to be probably mostly B squads. You're going to see maybe somebody gets in there for 30 minutes just to like give everybody a, you know, cheer and a wave or whatever, but nothing of note really.
Yeah.
Definitely, I wouldn't be counting on seeing like Mo Salah for the entirety of 2 games for Liverpool. You know, Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandez is not going to be playing like all 180 minutes for Manchester United. So
Yeah. I do hope that they at least make an appearance. I one thing I've always, or at least I hear, Formula One is probably more recent, but a lot of European, professional athletes, they always say playing in America is obviously not as grandiose as playing in your professional sport in Europe, given the sport, right? So soccer, or Formula One, or whatever, right?
right, yeah,
But they do say coming to America, it is a show that they are never seen, could never understand how Europe could not do this. Like America does things on a way bigger scale for the fanfare. So hopefully it's something that fans get to see, and it's a big exciting thing for them. So one could only hope. Fireworks galore.
right. Okay, so that takes care of soccer. Do 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 do.